All right. It is week 3 is wrapped up in the NFL here, so we are going to take a good look at this. We're going to go through each game. I'm going to talk about my waiver wire pickups while we're going through the games, and I will post more individual I don't know what to call it. Smaller, shorter videos. Yeah. On who to pick up. So we're going to start with the Patriots and the Jets. I massively underestimated this game. Aaron Rodgers looked phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. He that looked like old Aaron Rodgers. He looked amazing. New England, I believed I did. I thought with, their defense was looking real good. Ramondre, they were running the ball really good, but Ramondre to 6 carries, 23 yards looked like an absolute dud. Gibson was no different. Jacoby Brissett could not throw the ball to save his life. The Hunter Henry pop just seemed because going into this game, I really did think that the Patriots would maybe not go in and win it, but I thought it would be competitive. Just being that like the New York Jets had already given up so many yards to Mason in week 1, and they gave up like 110 all-purpose yards to Tony Pollard in Tennessee in game 2. So I thought the Patriots would at least, I thought Hunter Henry would, get some catches. They'd be able to move the ball, and Ramondre would be able to run, but that was not the case. The Jets looked good, guys, real good. Conklin is definitely a target waiver this week if you need a tight end. I know we're kind of just playing tight end roulette today. Alan Lazard looked great. Garrett Wilson looked amazing. Got in the end zone for the first time. Breece Hall, as always, looked amazing. And Aaron Rodgers, he is a starting QB moving forward. Like if he continues to do that, he looked like old Aaron Rodgers, and that is nothing to fuck with. Texans and the Vikings, my boys, my Vikings. Let's go, baby. Everybody is underestimating us. Our defense is easily top 3. I think number 1. Darnold looks great. This team's firing on all cylinders. We absolutely smashed Houston. That being said, Houston's not in shambles by any means. They played a very, very tough Minnesota defense. I do think they should have swapped this. Like, they were really trying to feed. I mean, he got 10 targets, but, like, they waited way too long to start feeding Nico Collins. There are no real pickups in here, and Jalen Naylor is an interesting one if you're in a deeper league. He has scored in back-to-back games. So if you're in a deeper league, Jalen Naylor is an interesting grab. Outside of, and Sam Darnold, if you're looking for a QB, he had 181 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Like, if you need a QB, if you got stuck with somebody injury, Tua, whatever, Sam Darnold, good pickup. But Minnesota D's no joke. Zero jokes. Houston is a high-powered offense, and we absolutely stuffed them. I do realize they were out without Joe Mixon, but I don't think that would have made a difference. Moving on. The Giants and the Browns. Okay, this was an interesting one. There was a little bit of flashes on both sides. Daniel Jones showed up in this one, and Malik Neighbors he might be a fantasy league winning player. He looks incredible. They get him the ball. He catches everything. I mean, 12 targets, 8 receptions, 2 touchdowns, 78 yards. Looked amazing. Daniel Jones he's an interesting one. I don't know that I trust him, but if you really need a QB, if he can continue to feed Neighbors, he might look all right. I don't believe in this at all, though. Everybody says maybe Deshaun Watson's not a flop. Maybe he still got it. I disagree. I think this was him playing against a weak-ass Giants defense. That's what I think that was. Jerome Ford kind of dropped the ball here. It was nice to see Amari Cooper get back in the game. Like, we've all been waiting for that. And, we drafted Cooper high in that 4th, 5th round, and we were expecting this out of him, and it was good to see him show up. 7 receptions, 12 targets. Again, kind of the same thing with Daniel Jones, although I don't believe in Deshaun Watson. If he can do this, if he can get the ball to his playmakers instead of just, I don't know, trying to Tom Brady that shit and spread the ball, dude, just get your playmakers, hit them. This number should stay. That 12 targets, 12 to 15 targets, you should be feeding your number 1. All right, moving on. Who do we got next? Oh, God, this fucking game. Dude, again, I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again. This man is not good. I don't know. Like, they're talking about, like, oh, Malik Willis coming for Jordan Love's job. No, he fucking isn't. Like, I don't know what happened to Tennessee here, and I believe it was the Colts last week. I don't know what's going on, but he's not good. Like, he's not, and I'm not going to say he is. I'm not, like, no, he's terrible. What the fuck is happening over here? So I have nothing good to say about here. I will say the one interesting thing was Emmanuel Wilson got 12 carries in this game. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if they're trying to do like the Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon thing, and they thought they'd give this a shot, and it kind of worked. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But Emmanuel Willis should definitely be on a watch list. If you got a deep bench, I would maybe even grab him. Especially because Josh Jacobs has missed time before, so Emmanuel Wilson is worth grabbing. This clusterfuck of receivers, like, and I'm a big fan of these receivers. Like, I love Christian Watson. I like Romeo Doubs. I love Jaden Reed. But, like, it's so hard. Like, Jaden Reed is really the only guy who has been steady with this. And it definitely, Christian Watson is absolutely their deep threat. So, I mean, he could pop off at any time. And it seems like Jaden Reed is their number one focus to get the ball to. That is all I really got to say on Green Bay. Like I said, Emmanuel Wilson, you could put him on a watch list, or if you have a deep bench, you could add him. And when I say deep bench, I mean you have like 8-9 slots on your bench. Tennessee, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. This man's terrible. This guy his judgment is god-awful. And it is affecting Tony Pollard. D-Hop, it was nice to see him get back in the game. That was huge. But I don't really have anything good to say about anybody on Tennessee, because as long as this man is running the show, they're going to be awful. Who do we got next? Bears and the Colts. This game, too. Like, what? Man, suck game. This man's fucking terrible. I understand he threw for 360 yards, but on 52 attempts, like, he is terrible, guys. He is so bad. And when I like say so bad, I mean it in the nicest possible way. Like, I get it. He's a rookie, and that being the case, like, he needs time to develop and find his way still. But like, oh man, it wasn't Justin Fields. That's what I'm saying. It was good to see him try to start feeding it. Like, this is great to see. DJ Moore got 10 targets. Roma Dunes got 11. This is a huge day for the rookie here. It was great to see Cole Kmet get back in the mix. I will say Cole Kmet, if he can continue this, like, if this is how he's going to play and he's going to throw the ball 52 times a game, Cole Kmet is definitely an ad. Like, another one, again, we're playing that tight end roulette, but I do like what I saw out of Cole Kmet. So that is all I got for here. I know some people kind of liked Roschon Johnson. I'm not buying into anything on the Chicago rushing. Their fucking offensive line is awful. I'm not buying into any of this shit. What did we take away from the Colts? We took away that Anthony Richardson needs time to develop. We got to remember this is kind of like a rookie season for him. And he really is only, 1, 2, 3. This was like his 5th real game. So, I mean, he's in the same boat as this guy, right? Like, he needs time to develop. I'm not saying Richardson's not good or that he couldn't be a top-end QB. I'm saying he needs time to develop. 10 completions on 20 attempts is not great. 2 picks. He didn't throw a touchdown. They need to get away from this. They, stop running the ball. Don't. Learn to throw. And because of that, this whole receiving core is going to continue. Like, the highest targets was Josh Downs and Pittman for 5. Like, this is not good. I don't trust anybody here. The only person I trust on this team right now is Jonathan Taylor, who is averaging like 100 yards a game. And it was good to see him finally get in the end zone. Like, please feed my man. He's on my team. All right, moving on. Eagles and the Saints. This game was way closer than it should have been. Like, way closer. Like, what is this score? Like, one of the highest scoring offenses in the first 2 weeks. One of the best teams in the league. 15-12? What is this weird, awkward-ass fucking score here? Jalen Hurts. Oh, man. Like, okay, and Barkley continues to just show. Like, he he also a league-winning running back. He's doing everything right now. Jalen Hurts, I wish he could make. I just feel like he's not as comfortable in the pocket as I want him to be. I will say he's still without A.J. Brown, so, but still, like, he hit a lot of underneath routes to Dallas Goedert, which why he kind of got fed here, and there was a lot of open in the middle, which was great, but I just feel like Philly needs to figure it out just a little bit more here. The Saints showing that they are potentially just a gigantic fluke. This man right here, like, I want to believe in him. I liked Derek Carr when he played for the Raiders, but Philly's not that high end of a defense, and with the spanking they laid down in week 1 and week 2, they beat the shit out of Dallas, guys. So I just don't. We'll see. I'm leery on the Saints. Going into here, Dallas Goedert, if he's available, he shouldn't be. Absolutely go get him. I'm not picking anybody else up off of Philly. The Saints, Alvin Kamara did what he did. 26 carries, that's huge. It was nice to see Olave go 6 for 6. Again, nobody on here. I didn't like this. Like this whole like Shaheed like dropping every target is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Like for the way that man was popping off, unacceptable. There is nobody to add on the Saints though. Steelers and the Chargers. Like, this is what makes me think the Bears are just a fucking fluke because, like, Justin Fields looked all right in this. I'm not saying he's amazing and he's going to carry them to the W, and, like, obviously Justin Herbert got hurt, so they had to go to their backup. Not for that long, but they did have to go to their backup. But Justin Fields looked all right. 25 for 32, like, that's pretty fucking efficient. 245 yards, had a touchdown, had an interception. That's fine. He look at this. Look. 6 carries, 6 yards means he wasn't really trying to force it. I mean, that's a terrible efficiency. He got the touchdown. He ran a lot on shorts, which is why this is so low. But this is huge. This is huge for Pittsburgh. They have a stellar defense. They are going to continue to get the ball back. Najee, this is worrisome. I don't know that I would keep Jaylen Warren. I don't know that I would keep him. He is struggling. They are not utilizing him, and Najee is getting the bulk of the load every week so far. Pat Freiermuth I'd like to see more out of, but I just don't know if I am. But, like, I don't like to see this, right? Like, Jaylen Warren had 1 target, 1 reception, but Najee had 5 receptions. Like, if we're taking that away from Jaylen Warren, that is a big problem if you have Jaylen Warren. Quentin Johnston, too. Like, if he's still available, go get him. I'm sorry, I hopped over. But, like, Quentin Johnston if he's available, go get him. I'm not going to add anybody on here. I know Calvin Austin kind of popped off there. I don't know. He's a watch list guy. Put him on a watch list. I don't know that I would say pick him up unless you feel real confident in it. Jumping over to Los Angeles, J.K. Dobbins continues to impress as probably the best waiver pickup of the year thus far. Justin Herbert clearly likes Quentin Johnston. He likes Ladd McConkey too, but Johnston seems to be that downfield guy, and he likes to throw it. So Johnston should not be a free agent anywhere. That's all I got on them. Johnston's the only one to go get. What do we got next? What are we feeling? What are we looking at? Steelers, Browns. Oh, man. This game was horrific. Like, what happened to Baker, you guys? I love Baker. I'm a Baker fan. And also, if you have Rachaad White, this is a fucking problem. This is a big fucking... Dude, Bucky is efficient as hell. He can run. This man can catch. This is a problem. If you have Rachaad White, you need Bucky Irving. And as a matter of fact, just drop fucking Rachaad White and go get Bucky Irving. Chris Godwin is woo, buddy. I will say Mike Evans he lined up with Pat Surtain, who once again locked down the number 1. This does not concern me at all. He played the best corner in the NFL. I'm not concerned. This dude, I don't know who it is, but what a name. Chris Godwin continues to impress. Cade Otton. This is an interesting one because I don't know if he is worth maybe grabbing because like, I feel like a lot of these targets came because Mike was locked up. So I would certainly watch this man. If you're really in desperate need of a tight end, he is a risk that you could throw and grab, because I don't know that a lot of people are going to go get him right now, considering that you could go get the other 2 tight ends that I mentioned. Bo Nix, a lot of people are saying, like, oh, they found their franchise guy. Like, I'm still not buying it. Like, 25, 36, 216, he didn't throw for a touchdown. Like, I'm not buying it. I get that he ran, and that's great, but, like, running quarterbacks aren't great in the NFL. They're great in fantasy. Like, they're amazing, but, like, running quarterbacks as a whole just aren't a good. And this whole clusterfuck of rushing here is just that, a clusterfuck. It was good to see Courtland Sutton get back on top, 11 targets. That's where he should be. Lil Jordan Humphrey, like, what a name. I would maybe pick that guy up just based on name alone, because it's fantastic. I don't trust anything in the Denver offense just because I don't trust Bo Nix, like, at all. But Bucky Irving, go get him right now. Kate Otten, watch him. Who do we have next? What are we looking at? Broncos, Panthers, oh man, the Red Rocket, baby, motherfucking Andy Dalton, baby. This is what we're talking about. They put Bryce Young's the problem. Bryce Young is the problem, and I'm not saying he's the problem, like he can't develop, but he needs development. He does not understand the NFL, because my boy, the veteran, this man right here just comes in and spanks him. Woo! 319 yards, 3 tutties. Like, I'm all in on, as long as this man's playing, I'm in on fucking Carolina. Like, he is going to feed these men. Like, Deontay Johnson, 14 targets. This is what we were looking for. Like, 8 receptions, 122 yards, got him in the end zone, 14 targets. Chuba Hubbard, 8. Fucking the rookie Leggett, 8. You know, the spread was amazing. It was unfortunate that Thielen went down. With Thielen going down, though, if Thielen can't be back for week 4, expect Mingo and Leggett to get these extra couple targets. But Deontay Johnson is a must start moving forward. A must start. Chuba Hubbard shouldn't be on any free agents. I do know that he got dropped in a handful of leagues because people were like, fuck the Carolina Panthers. But with this man at the helm, Chuba Hubbard, go get him. Deontay Johnson, must start. I do like in deeper leagues Xavier Leggett or Mingo. I think I prefer Leggett a little bit more. That's just me. And Thielen. If Thielen's playing, dude, Andy Dalton loves feeding him. This is a problem in Vegas. We knew this was going to be a problem back in preseason. We didn't know what was going on. I do like Gardner Minshew, but he is just not getting it done. They need to give this man the ball more or figure something out, because Zamir White is just terrible right now. If you don't, other than Brock Bowers and Devontae Adams, I'm just not buying into any of this. I know maybe Jacoby Myers, maybe, but Brock Bowers and Devontae Adams is the only person I'm buying into on the Vegas until they get their QB situation figured out. But that was an exciting one. All right, Dolphins and the Seahawks. The Dolphins are terrible. Without Tua, they are awful. I'm sorry. Like, I love Tyreek Hill. This man is amazing, but you ain't getting it done with these two. Nope. Miami's in trouble, boys. They are in trouble. I can't give you anybody to pick up. I wouldn't even tell you to pick up anybody on this fucking team until they figure this bullshit out, because it ain't happening. Old Geno looking good, man. I know he threw 2 picks, but this team, Zach Charbonnet, this is worrisome too if you got Kenneth Walker, because Charbonnet looked good. Geno Smith looked all right. GK still getting his thing done. As they stated earlier that they were in the offseason, that they were going to try to run it a little bit more through DK Metcalf. This is a little bit concerning. I know JSN, he kind of popped off last week, but Tyler Lockett still really steals from him, and I love Tyler Lockett, so I can't say anything bad about him. I don't know that there's anybody notable. Noah Fant is an interesting watch list. A lot of watch list tight ends this week for the tight end roulette that's going on. Oh, God, this fucking game. Dallas is a fluke. I'm sorry. When you throw for almost 400 yards, you win that game. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on with their defense. Lamar played a Lamar-like game, 182 yards, whatever. Derrick Henry showed now we're seeing real King Henry. These last couple weeks, King Henry showed the fuck up. He needed a couple weeks to get the old ball rolling, find that momentum. But he's in now. He is in. I don't trust anybody on, but I'm never going to tell you guys to pick up anybody in here. I'm not. I don't. This man is not a good passer. He's a game manager and a runner. And if you don't believe me, look, 14 carries, 87 yards, and a touchdown. Like, that's not good. Dak will continue to air the ball out. He's going to. Their running backs all suck. It was great. I loved seeing this. Jake Ferguson comes back, gets 11 targets. This is what I was talking about. Like, that was one of my very favorite stacks going into fantasy this year was the Dak Prescott, Jake Ferguson stack, if you couldn't get the CD stack. Kevontae Turpin, not buying it. Nope. Really the only guys I buy into here are Jake Ferguson, CeeDee Lamb. That's it on Dallas. I'm not buying into anybody else because they play roulette way too often. This game too, my boy Matty Stafford, my man. You looked good, dog. You look good. You bringing that game back. I loved it. Kyron Williams must start. He's killing it. I am very, very happy I was all in on him. I will say yes, with the missing Puka Nacua and no Cooper Kupp, Tutu Atwell got and I'm going to guess it's just the chemistry he played last year and stuff like that he has with them. These three definitely were the starters. I was surprised Tyler Johnson didn't see more action, but Tutu Atwell. All right. Brock Purdy looked also damn good. Jordan Mason did, I will say, efficiency-wise, felt like I watched this game, and Jordan Mason seemed to struggle a little bit, but I still believe in the Jordan Mason thing. This man, Juwan Jennings, as long as Debo's not in, Juwan Jennings is he might be the number one target to go fucking get, because this man had a game. He caught everything. It was crazy. Juwan Jennings, go get his ass. Add him right now, yesterday. That man popped the fuck off, and this could be a real problem for Debo, or Ayuk. They paid both those guys, and this man was just everywhere. So this is a real problem for Brandon Ayuk. Actually, is what I would really say, because Debo is very versatile, and if you look back in the other games, Debo was definitely the main target, and the fact that Debo was out and they didn't immediately try to slot in and feed Brandon Ayuk makes me a little bit nervous. I would actually say if you can potentially try to trade out Ayuk for a consistent tight end or a mid-tier running back or something, I would move Brandon Ayuk. That is all I got on that one. The Lions and the Cardinals. I love the Cardinals, guys. So the Lions finally got it together. Their running game came together. They looked good. This Detroit Lions team looked better. I know they threw the interception, but they looked much, much better. This is what you're looking for out of Detroit, right? They ran the ball. That's 183. I mean, with the running backs alone, they had 183-ish, 188 yards rushing. That's huge. They got back to running the rock. Amon-Ra saw his targets. I would have liked to see, them take, I would have liked to see him catch a deep ball. That is what he's there for. If you're going to run the rock this much, that absolutely is going to suck up the safeties, and you need to take a couple more shots to Jameis Williams downfield. You just have to. Outside of that, everybody on Detroit is basically picked up. There is no free agent sneaky picks there. Kyler Murray, he looked all right. He didn't look on his game. He looked a little bit flustered. He ran more than I would have liked. They need to this number needs to go up. I understand, you were playing against a pretty tough defensive team, but James Conner, they're running into the problem that Detroit ran into, right? Don't just do this. Don't just pass the ball. You need to establish that run game so it opens up deep shots for Marvin Harrison downfield, Greg Dortch downfield. You need to give James Conner the ball. So that being the case, there is nobody to, I wouldn't say any sneaky pickups in this game. But where are we at now? Who do we got? Chiefs and Falcons. Another game that was closer than I thought it would be. Carson Steele looks just fine. Like, he can pound the rock as needed. He was the grab between him and P. Ryan. Patty Mahomes, for throwing the ball almost 40 times, though, I'm surprised how low his yards are coming in. Rashee Rice is amazing. Travis Kelce is washed. Don't bother. Like, just, if you can get something for him, trade him away. I will stand on that. If you can get something for Travis Kelce, like if you can trade Travis Kelce out for like a wideout 2 or an RB2 or even another mediocre mid tight end, like a... Nobody comes to mind right now. I'm lying. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not gonna say that. All right, but like trade him if you can get anything okay or decent for Kelce. Like a wide receiver 2, an RB2, like just trade his motherfucking ass away. Trade him away. Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins coming into his own. He is. He's starting to learn this Atlanta offense. They're doing what they need to do. They are giving Bijan the rock. I understand they got stuffed by Chris Jones, but they did what they had to do. Darnell, I said this, I posted this on Twitter, and I mean it, and I will say it again right now. Darnell Mooney is like Kirk's favorite target. I know that he gave 9 targets to Drake London, but like it just seems like in key moments he throws to Mooney. Mooney gets and he catches everything. Like he went 8 for 8. I know he only had 66 yards, but like Darnell Mooney should be on somebody's team. If he's on the free agent, that's a mistake. Like he is Kirk Cousins' favorite target. Not to say that Drake London's not going to get it too. Like he also did good, but I'm just saying like Darnell Mooney is going to make a comeback this year. I don't know that he'll go for 1,000 yards, but 750, yes. Like Cousins likes to air it out. Mooney is a must grab. He just is. And that is all I have here. I don't think there's anybody. I'm not buying into Juju. I'm not. Nope. Pass. But Kelce, trade him away. Darnell Mooney, go get him. And I still believe, I'm holding my hat on this, I still believe in Kyle Pitts. I do. Everywhere Kirk Cousins has ever been, tight ends benefit. He has always thrown their direction, so I think it's coming. They're starting to get on track as Atlanta. So I still believe in Kyle Pitts. I have him. I'm not trading him. I'm not dropping him. Oh, man, these games were brutal. This one right here, holy shit. Okay, for starters, I said this in the offseason, and I will say this again. Buffalo Bills moving on from Stephon Diggs and just rebuilding that wide receiver core and moving into just a totally different style. This shit works. Buffalo looks amazing right now. They are running the fucking rock efficiently. They are because if they can run the rock efficiently like they did. And this isn't even great numbers. It's not. But, like, the way it sucks a defense in because they need to stuff James Cook, who's scoring like a madman, is completely fucking defenses. Because Josh Allen has a cannon for an arm, and this is what he does. When you commit to fucking stuff in the run, this is what he does. He just cooks you. Look at this spread. Good God. And... okay, Buffalo. I love what you're doing, but I have a bone to pick with you. Why the fuck did you draft Keon Coleman? What is he for? He's not even on the fucking field. Like, he's not. You got, like, Shakir, Curtis Samuel, Hollins, MVS. They were all on the field. And, like, what was Coleman doing? Why did you draft him? Why did we waste a pick if, like, you're not going to try to incorporate this man and utilize him? Maybe he's terrible. I don't know. But fuck Keon. Like in fantasy, in parlays, I'm not betting on that dude. Like, they do not get him the ball. This is back-to-back weeks of him basically having nothing. He had one fucking catch. Pass. Moving over to Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence, this offensive line is horrendous. I love Trevor Lawrence. I do. I was a big fan of him coming in, but I don't know. I don't know what Jacksonville's going to do. Like, I don't know how you have this much firepower. I mean, you got Trevor Lawrence, you have ETN, you have Christian Kirk, Brian Thomas, Gabe Davis. Like, you have a lot working for you. And Brenton Strange really kind of was showing up, but like, this is not going to work. And because although Buffalo has a decent defense, they're certainly not like annihilate your defense. Like, there's no reason why you can't get the ball moving here. So I don't know what's going on in Jacksonville right now. Christian Kirk and B. Thomas are definitely the targets. Kirk's obviously the underneath guy. Brian Thomas is the down the field guy. Brenton Strange, I would have liked to see a little bit. I would have loved to see him make a few more catches. So, I am a fan of him. I would have him on a watch list. Coming out of here, like, this guy Shakur, like, he should be on a team. He like Samuel should also, like, those two they should be there. That is who he throws to. And Dalton Kincaid. I think Dalton Kincaid is going to really come into his own here. So, and congratulations to Buffalo. Like, I love that you got rid of Diggs and you moved on, and this is what's happening for you, 3-0, but please figure out the Keon Coleman thing. Thank you. Commanders and the Bengals. Man, the Bengals can't catch a break, can they? God, the Bengals defense is so bad. You just go ahead and play anybody you have against the Bengals. That Bengals defense is atrocious. Joe B, man, I'm sorry, bro. Like, 324, 3 tutties. You looked good, man. You looked good. Chase Brown also. Like, this is a problem for Zach Moss owners. Zach Moss looked all right, but this is a problem. This is efficient as hell. On top of he can catch. I mean, Zach Moss can too, but this is a problem. Like, this could absolutely change him to being like the third down passing back, and like Chase Brown being the starting 1-2 guy. Joe Burrow looked good. It was good to see Joe Burrow bounce back. It was great to see Jamar Chase pop back. I told you guys to pick this motherfucker up last week. If you didn't, go get him now. I told you then. I picked up on Mike Gesicki in the offseason, and I told everybody he was a sneaky tight end to grab, that Joe Burrow likes to feed him. T. Higgins back on the field and stuff, like Gesicki still got 5 targets. This motherfucker, I'm not going to pronounce his name because I don't know how true. 7 targets. Like I said in last week's video, to go get this man. So, good for them. Like, again, add this man. If you need a tight end, Gesicki, great option. He is going to continue to get targets. He's not going to be like 20 points, but like 7, 8, 9, 10 points. Like, yes, every week. This was a big game for Jaden Daniels. This showed me something. Like, this was incredible. Like, this 91% completion rating. Woo, buddy. He looked great. He played against a terrible defense, but he looked great. I would like to see him get away from this. You have Austin Eckler, you have B-Rob, you have other people to run the rock. Don't run. Don't. Like, it has ended so many. All right, Washington fans, I'm going to say this. Don't be RG3. RG3 had such a promising rookie year, and like, he blew it because of this bullshit. Don't do that. Learn to stay in the pocket, throw the ball, only run when you have to, and then slide. Old Terry McLaurin. This number is inflated because he caught that big bomb at the end of the game. 55 yards. But it was good to see that. I liked seeing this as well. He was a sneaky pick that I put on my watch list like 2 weeks ago. So I'm not going to tell you to go out and get anybody. I would continue to keep Luke McCaffrey on the watch list and Zach Ertz on the watch list. I don't know that I'm going to buy into Jaden Daniels doing this, right? Like, he was playing a terrible team. So I'm not going to tell you to buy into that. But that is a wrap. I will make obviously some shorter videos and throw them out on who, like, running backs to pick up. Actually, I don't really kind of viewing back. I don't think there is a running back to pick up, but like tight ends to go grab, wide receivers to go grab. Outside of that, guy, that is a wrap on week 3's recap on week 3. That's it.